Hey everybody, how's it going tonight? Happy Saturday to you. Hopefully you had a good start to your weekend and you've been able to accomplish some things and maybe watch a little comedy or, in other words, news. Seems to be comedy lately, right? Um, anyway, I wanted to discuss a few topics relating to backup cooking abilities, backup heat alternatives to electricity, and just sort of dive into that. I know a lot of people have different means and methods of heating their homes, from wood burning fireplaces to propane stoves to central heat and air to heat pumps to the oil radiator style driven heaters on the walls up north and in Europe. But I just sort of wanted to go over some alternatives and some items that may certainly become more scarce as we go along here with what all's happening. And the first one I'm going to go ahead and talk about is the propane items, natural gas propane. Propane is obviously a really bountiful commodity right now. It's available. It's fairly cheap. It's portable in the small grill size tanks, even down to the 1 pound little camping style bottles. But if you've got propane tanks, for your grill, or even a larger, 100+ gallon propane tank at your home out in rural America, get them filled up. You're probably going to pay more than you're used to paying. If you've got the little grill bottles, little 5 pound bottles, I'm sorry, 5 gallon style grill bottles, fill them up and exchange the old ones and get new ones. I usually try to pick up one of those every month, generally speaking. I still, I use my grill, and of course that gets turned over as it's utilized, But on top of my grill bottle, I've got 5 extra bottles on hand. And I've actually got 6. I've got a larger one that I throw in there too. So actually, it's about a total of 6. So I feel pretty confident about being able to get through a hard time with the use of propane personally. I will tell you that I also have quite a large number of the little 1 pound camping style bottles. Those are just handy to have. And there's also a transfer valve that you can pick up at most hardware stores that sell propane or propane accessories. And there's a little transfer valve that you can get, which allows you to transfer propane from a grill style bottle down to the 1 pound little camping bottles. So you can actually refill those camping bottles, should you need to. And that's a pretty cool thing, in my opinion. Because if you're trying to just heat your house and you've got those little camping style propane heaters, those are real easy to move around with just the little 1 pound screw on bottles versus trying to outfit it with a larger hose onto a 5 gallon style 5 gallon style tank for a grill. It's just not real mobile. But fill up and get those bottles exchanged. Top them off, get them full now before winter hits. Get extra valves, get extra hoses, get things that normally will go out. Murphy's Law, if it can go wrong, it will. And then of course other accessories like the little transfer valve I just mentioned to you. Those can be bought at Wally World for I think around $10 or $12, if I'm not mistaken. your fuel cans, gas, diesel, get those filled up. Quit kicking the can down the road. Take the fuel cans, go get them filled. Buy some fuel stabilizer. Sta-Bil, there's other brands as well. Sta-Bil is just probably the most popular. And follow the instructions and add that fuel stabilizer to your fuel cans so your fuel lasts. Another thing I'm going to suggest people go out and do, even if you don't have a charcoal grill, go out and get a few bags of charcoal and some fluid. You know, you don't have to have a charcoal grill to cook on charcoal. You can use a metal pan. You can use some bricks piled up. You know, you don't need a charcoal grill to actually grill with charcoal. You just need, you know, a safe place to, build it up and light it on fire and have it cook your food. You don't have to go buy elaborate charcoal grills for cooking with charcoal. Buy a few bags, you know, store them safely, buy some fluid, starting fluid, store it safely. That way you've got an additional means of cooking. Of course, outdoors only, okay, people? I mean, read some instructions if you don't know that. But, you know, people are buying tiki torches and all this other stuff during the freeze, and I'm like, those aren't going to do you a damn bit of good inside, and they're going to kill you. You know, people just don't understand. I think what they're doing, because they're not prepped. They're always behind. They're not with the program. So people that do that kind of stuff are just, you know, going to be statistics more likely. So charcoal and charcoal starting fluid, you know, get that stuff bought up. Firewood, if you need firewood, I know it's expensive, get it now. I'm pretty fortunate to have some property, family property, accessible where, we can go get as much firewood as we want anytime. And, you know, you're just picking it up deadfall off the ground you don't even really need a damn saw. You know, it's handy to have one. But, you know, we've got so much firewood, you know, it's mostly mesquite, but that's okay. It's what we like to cook on anyway. Little sticks of mesquite make a great grilling fuel, you know, for your steaks and things like that. Also buy some tarps, you know, so you can cover that firewood and keep it dry. And not only keep it dry, but sort of keep it hidden, you know, keep it out of plain view, because the thieves are going to start getting worse and worse and worse. And more brazen as time goes on here. You know, a lot of the non-preppers out there just say that, oh, well, I'll just come take your stuff if something goes bad. Well, that's their chance to take, you know, if they want to do that. But some of them will be successful, you know. But you want to keep your stuff sort of incognito and subdued and not broadcasted for the world to see. Oh, look, that guy's got 3 cords of wood in his backyard. Let's go have at it. People are going to start doing that kind of stuff. They're already stealing fuel. It's getting, Mad Max. It's going to get worse. Of course, candles, Sterno fuel, you know, little cans of Sterno that they cook like with on buffet tables and things like that to keep food warm. Those are handy. If you can catch them on sale, grab a case or 2 of them. You know, those are pretty handy to cook on. And then, of course, last but not least, lighters and matches. They're so cheap. If you don't have a drawer full of lighters and matches, man, I don't know what to tell you. But you gotta think ahead of the game here and get that stuff while it's available and plentiful and, quite frankly, cheap. So anyway, propane, fuel cans, charcoal lighter fluid, firewood and tarps, candles, Sterno fluid, lighters and matches. I think if you guys can up your game on that stuff a little bit, you'll have a more peaceful, you'll be at peace in the back of your mind, knowing that you've got some backups that you can stay warm with and cook with. Should it come to that. So I hope everybody's having a good weekend. The shelves in my area, again, are still looking pretty good. Fuel is going up. Seems like I paid $2.89 for gas today per gallon. So it is on the upper scale for our area. I'm sure it's going to get worse as time goes on here. Car maintenance. If you got any vehicle maintenance you need done, you might want to go ahead and get that stuff knocked out. Oil changes, stuff like that. If you need brakes, go ahead and get them put on. Anything that you've been putting off, you might want to go ahead and jump on it if you can afford it. So with that, hope everybody continues to have a good weekend. Keep prepping and filling those voids. Don't slack up, keep it going strong. So with that, keep prepping, stack it deep. Long live the Republic.